Hey, welcome to our latest video. When you stroll down the aisle of a supermarket and spot candies on display, you likely assume they're safe to eat. However, occasionally, even if they're from reputable brands, they might secretly contain harmful substances. In extreme cases, it could even be fatal. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Oh, and before we dive in, don't forget to like the video. Number 15. Candy corn, the sweet treat that emerges every Halloween, has seen its share of controversy. Many candy corn manufacturers advertise their products as containing real honey, but be cautious. Other potentially harmful ingredients could be hidden within. Even if there is real honey, it doesn't necessarily mean the absence of other unwanted substances. The main ingredient in candy corn is sugar, raising concerns about excessive sugar consumption. Additionally, it contains colorings such as yellow 6, yellow 5, and red 5, along with artificial flavorings. When we scrutinize the ingredient list of most Halloween candies, we often discover preservatives, food colorings, and high sugar content. A specific dye, yellow 5, has been associated with various health issues, including blurred vision, migraines, fatigue, and anxiety. Some claims suggest that yellow 5 might cause chromosomal damage, though studies on this subject are limited. What we do know is that consuming candies with such high sugar content as found in candy corn can lead to severe gas and diarrhea. Number 14. In Spain, the Three Kings processions on January 5th are a beloved tradition. 3 wise men journey through cities and towns to deliver gifts to the baby Jesus. A highlight of these processions has always been the moment when Balthazar and Gaspar distribute sweets to cheering children along the route. Unfortunately, a tragic incident led to a change in this centuries-old tradition. In Madrid, a 6-year-old boy was seriously injured when he was crushed by a Christmas float while eagerly chasing after the candy. As a result, the city of Madrid decided to ban the throwing of candy during the Three Kings procession. Instead, the 3 wise men will parade through the city and wave to the crowd. On streets with sufficient safety barriers to protect children, the wise men will still be allowed to throw candy. They will walk alongside the floats and distribute candies to the people along the route. A security team member commented, "It's amazing what people are willing to do to get a piece of candy." Number 13. Lollipops apparently pose a danger, as we encounter yet another lollipop that had to be banned. The usual flavors of this candy were strawberry, watermelon, blueberry, and cherry. However, you'll never believe why this lollipop was rightfully removed from shelves. In its regular form, the lollipipe is completely legal. Yet, people decided to repurpose the plastic tube, airtight pouch, and cigar band for other things. In fact, some individuals discovered that they could use the lollipipe for smoking illegal substances. Furthermore, at $5.99 each, these lollipipes were easily reusable. It's only logical that the authorities swiftly decided to remove the item from shelves. Number 12. A company called Kraft Foods has decided to halt the production of candy shaped like flattened animals. This decision comes in response to protests by animal rights activists. The candy, known as Trolley Roadkill Gummy Candy, features fruity flavors and is designed to resemble animals run over by cars, complete with tire tracks. A spokesperson for Kraft acknowledged consumer concerns and expressed regret that the product could be misinterpreted. As a result, they have decided to discontinue the production of the candy and sell any remaining stocks. The decision to stop production came after animal rights organizations warned that the candy could potentially encourage children to engage in cruel behavior towards animals. Number 11. Airheads are brightly colored, soft candies available in various flavors. While primarily made in the United States, they can also be found in Australia and China. They may look like gumballs, but Airheads are known for their intense sweetness. Though they aren't as popular as traditional gumballs, the history of Airheads dates back to 1948 in the United States. Usually made with chocolate ganache as a base, you can find them in flavors like peach, strawberry, or lemon. Some are even coated with cheap candies or nuts. However, There was some controversy surrounding Airheads Bites due to the use of saccharin as an ingredient. Saccharin is a substance used in detergents and toothpaste. Reports of severe side effects from prolonged use of this substance prompted most Airheads candies to remove it from their formulations. Saccharin is an artificial substance designed to mimic the taste of natural honey without using real honey, because it's cost-effective to produce. Many companies try to replicate its flavor as accurately as possible. One downside of Airheads and similar gum-like candy brands is that they don't always contain real, flavorful ingredients that contribute to the taste experience. Number 10. What do extra energy candy, extra strong energy candy, and mixed fruit candy have in common? Well, it's a banned substance called talol. Talol may only be prescribed by a registered healthcare professional to a patient, so the fact that it was found in candy is pretty bizarre and even dangerous. Without the supervision of healthcare professionals, this substance could cause loss of vision, hearing, a drop in blood pressure, and can even lead to strokes and heart attacks. These candies were made in Malaysia and were immediately removed from shelves. But it didn't stop there. A new law was even introduced. People found with these candies must pay a huge fine and could face up to 10 years in prison. Number 9. In 1998, Frito-Lay introduced a striking new product, Lay's Doritos and Ruffles Wow Chips. These chips were marketed as fat-free options, all thanks to a special ingredient, Olestra. A manufacturer named Procter & Gamble invested massive amounts of time and money, somewhere between $200 and $300 million, just to develop this calorie-free fat substance. Unlike regular potato chips, which are fried in oils, Wow chips were prepared using Olestra, which had been approved by the FDA as a safe food additive. Olestra promised the taste and texture of fat, but without the calories, because its molecules were too large to be absorbed by our bodies, passing through our digestive system undigested. Initially, Olestra seemed like a dream come true for people looking to lose weight. Unfortunately, the reality of eating Wow chips turned out to be less rosy. Many consumers experienced unpleasant side effects similar to those of laxatives, such as abdominal cramps and diarrhea. Despite the setback, the initial launch of Wow chips was a huge success, with sales reaching a whopping $347 million, making it the best-selling new product in the United States that year. However, negative media attention about the side effects began to affect sales. By the year 2000, sales had dropped to $200 million. In 2004, Frito-Lay quietly rebranded Wow chips as light products. While there's no confirmed information about any changes in composition, Olestra is still listed in the ingredients. Number 8. Jawbreakers are usually round and typically have a diameter of 1 to 3 centimeters. However, they're designed in a way that if accidentally swallowed, they can pose a choking hazard and even be deadly. It's astonishing that these candies are intended for children, given the risks associated with them. Take, for example, the everlasting Gobstopper, known for its ability to maintain its size and flavor endlessly. While these candies themselves are not harmful, the danger lies in the possibility of choking or people getting stuck in the perpetual state of jaw-breaking delight. Prolonged periods of jaw exercise from eating jawbreakers can lead to unexpected challenges, such as jaw fatigue, and may even require unplanned dental appointments. Number 7. No worries, normal gum is not dangerous. However, a question often asked is whether you can swallow gum. Although this is not recommended, it can hurt you if you swallow too much gum. It can lead to a blockage in your gastrointestinal system. But have you ever wondered if a piece of gum in your mouth could explode? Apparently so, if the following story is to be believed. A Ukrainian chemistry student at Kiev Polytechnic Institute even lost his life because of it. The boy liked to eat gum, but not ordinary gum. Gum with an extra twist. Namely, he dipped it in extreme amounts of citric acid because he liked the extra pungency. One day, the boy's mother heard the sound of an explosion. How exactly this could happen, we don't know. But as you can imagine, this story did not end well. Number 6. Despite European food safety regulators no longer considering titanium dioxide safe for human consumption, it's still found in popular candies. One of these candies is Starburst. The concerning additive is used to give these processed foods a smooth texture and a bright white color. Though it provides no nutritional value, it's said that the use of titanium dioxide as a food additive can weaken the lining of the intestine and exacerbate the progression of inflammatory bowel diseases. There is even evidence that ingested titanium dioxide may not be completely excreted from the body and can be absorbed into the bloodstream, potentially exposing other organs to damage. Scientists have long voiced concerns about the potential toxicity of titanium dioxide, but the United States has not reviewed its potential hazards for over 50 years. This lack of re-evaluation can be attributed to FDA regulatory negligence, allowing problematic ingredients to go unnoticed and unassessed. Number 5. Hippy Sippy is a candy introduced in the late 1960s, and it immediately caused a stir due to its packaging and association with illicit substances and hippie culture. The candies were packaged in a toy ampule, strongly resembling a syringe, filled with small, multicolored beads. The design of the packaging and the colorful candies alluded to various banned substances. The packaging featured phrases like "Hippy Sippy says I'll try anything" and "Please feed me," further emphasizing the controversial nature of the candy as it seemed to normalize illicit substances. While Hippy Sippy is no longer available, it is still remembered for its cultural shock value. Number 4. We've talked about sugars before in the video and that too much isn't good for your body. Too much sugar is also bad for your teeth and increases the risk of cavities, as well as obesity and type 2 diabetes. One of the candies that is incredibly high in sugar is Twinkies. There are reportedly 32 grams of sugar added to the little cookies with cream filling, making it extra fattening. But there have been people who decided to combine Twinkies with several Big Macs from McDonald's and also Pepsi Cola, which is also known to be incredibly high in sugars. So, if you're not careful with what you eat, it could raise your blood sugar, or you could even have health problems. Make sure you don't eat too many things that contain large amounts of sugar. If you decide to do so, then at least don't eat too much. Number 3. Lucas Lemon and Super Lucas are candy products that can be found in both small convenience stores and large retail chains. Marketed as seasoned salt and chili mix, these products are consumed by many children as candies rather than intended seasonings. A specific investigation revealed that Lucas Lemon con Chile was contaminated with lead. Interestingly, both state and federal regulatory agencies were aware of this issue for a decade, but took little action to warn the public or remove the products from stores. In August 2004, the state issued a warning for Lucas brand salted candies. However, they did not require stores to remove these products from shelves as they were labeled as seasonings and legally considered safe. These popular candies for children are packaged in small plastic salt shakers with vibrant, colorful labels. The powdered candies are contained within the shaker, and some children have the habit of pouring the powdered candy directly into their mouths, which they call waterfalling. However, several tests have repeatedly shown that these candies contained up to twice the allowable amount of lead. Number 2. As you can hear from the name, the toxic waste nuclear sludge chewing stick is a candy that is very dangerous. It was discovered a while ago that they were even toxic and found to contain twice the allowable amounts of lead. Our bodies can only hold a very small amount of lead before it becomes toxic. The toxic waste nuclear sludge chew bars were cherry-flavored and contained 0.24 parts per million of lead. Although the candy has a name that reminds you of Chernobyl, the effects were not nuclear. Fortunately, there were only a few reports that the candy had harmed anyone. If you had eaten more than a few bars, you probably needed a checkup with the doctor. It turned out that children and pregnant women were at most risk by eating the candy. Number 1. Hoka is a type of candy that has repeatedly tested positive for lead, with 28 cases of lead contamination in the past 11 years. This is more than any other type of candy. The fact that there's lead in this candy is very concerning because lead is usually associated with hazardous substances in paint, not in food. The consequences of lead exposure can be quite severe. Lead is a harmful metal that can damage the human body, especially the nervous system, brain, and kidneys. Even small amounts of lead can cause problems such as behavioral and learning difficulties, as well as reduced intelligence and attention issues. Prolonged or high exposure to lead can lead to more serious health problems, including developmental delays, hearing loss, and organ damage. Lead poisoning can also occur when lead enters the body through eating or inhaling. In the case of Hoka candy, the sticky texture and the possibility of lead contamination in the candy pose a potential danger. What's your favorite candy? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos we've made, click one on the screen or take a look at the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.